What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are back on iOS doing how to sound like MOSEY on Garageband iOS. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this. So the song that I did was Noticed by MOSEY, and I'm going to show you how it's going to sound at the end.
Switching lanes, you can catch up. You was hating, but you switch up cause I'm next up. I got lean and some 40 in my red cup. Bitch change and they act like I ain't noticed.
I know that was really bad, guys, sorry about that, but that's what we're going to have to do for a demo for how to sound like and how to get vocal effects like him on iOS. So the first thing that we're going to do before you create your two tracks, we're going to stick with the first track first and then duplicate everything after. The first thing is we're going to go to our compressor and EQ. So we're going to go to compressor first. To get to compressor, you go to track settings up here, and then you're going to go to plugins and EQ. You're going to go to compressor. And this is what you should have. You don't want the compressor to be fully, like, all of it mixed. You want it most of it though. The gain is pretty much how it fits into your song, how loud you need it to be. And your attack, more attack means more transparency in your voice, more transparency, and lower attack means it's going to be harsher and less transparency in your voice. So I put a medium amount. It's pretty closer on to the higher side, but that's what we're going to have for that. And the ratio we're going to keep at 3.9. We're not going to put that too high. And the compressor threshold is pretty much just how it fits with your gain, how much you want and how much you don't want. So that's preference. So once you do that, sorry about that, we're going to go back to Visual EQ. And this is the EQ that we're going to do. I did raise the bass a little bit so you can get some nice bass tones. I lowered the mid so it takes out some of that. I'm using a Beats Solo 3 aux cord mic. So this is the EQ that I used. You can probably hear it. This is what it sounds like without anything. And then with all this EQ, this is what it's going to sound like. So I took out a lot of the mid, and then I took out some of just the high end. I wanted to keep. I didn't want to lower all the high end because that adds some crispness to the voice, some crispiness. And but I did take out some of that stuff in the 20K because you don't want it to be too harsh. So then once you do that, the next thing that you're gonna do, once you have your EQ and your compressor done, the next thing we're gonna hop into our reverb. So you could go to edit and plug in the EQ and go to a new reverb. But instead of doing that, what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our master effects, which are back here in this track settings at the bottom, and you're going to use your reverb slider over here. So before you do that, you want to hit master effects, go to reverb, and make sure you're in large hall. And once you're in large hall, then what you do, you can slide it however much you want. Keep in mind that we are duplicating it and panning it after, so the amount of reverb you do will have an effect differently when you pan it versus just a singular track. So that is what I have for the reverb. Now for the echo is pretty much not really there. I just added just a tiny bit, just for a little bit. It's really not much for Lil Mosey. If you do want, you can add some, and that's totally personal preference for how to experiment and get the sound that you want. But personally, I did not put a lot, so it's just on default echo, just a little bit to add some. So once you do that, and the way you're going to do that, you can also, if you want to, plug in EQ and go to echo over here. But it's actually, what it does is sometimes when you put in a track reverb from your plugins and EQ, sometimes it actually hinders the sound quality. So if you want to keep the full sound quality, then use your master effects reverb and echo over here. So once you do that, once you put all your reverb and your plugins and EQ like that, you're gonna oh yeah, before we do that, we got to go into our Autotune. So if you click this,
turn off
the monitor. We have full pitch control. That is how I used to record it. The input is like that, and the output is just whatever it fits in. The way that I did it, you can go see my How to Autotune video. It's also on my channel. It's called How to Autotune in Garageband iOS. And so once you have that, if you go back to our tracks over here, what you're going to do, you're going to take that track that we made, you're going to click duplicate, and it's going to bring up a new track like that. Once you do that, I'm just going to delete this because I already made one. My new one's right here. You're going to copy and paste. So you're going to select all of these, you're going to tap, and you're going to drag and copy and paste. Make sure they are aligned exactly together, and then you're going to track pan one of them all the way, pan one of them all the way to the left, and the other one all the way to the right. So once you have that, that's going to give a little bit more full-bodied sound. So for Notice, at least, he doesn't really have any harmonies for his first verse or anything like that. So I did not go into anything with that, because he has a sound similar to Lil Sky's A Boogie with a Hoodie. So those guys usually use more harmonies and things like that, and it's pretty similar. So if you do want, you can blend some of the effects and presets that we use with this to get a sound that you want for yourself, or you can kind of get a sound off people like these. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'll make sure to keep posted for new videos in the future. Keep on leaving your requests in the comment section below. Make sure to like and subscribe. And as always, have a great day. Peace.